ADD, ASD, ADHD, a professional misstep we must correct. It has been a professional error to categorize these labels, these remote behavioral descriptions of children, as developmental disorders. Before we face countless lawsuits from increasingly assertive, blame-shifting parents, I must issue one final warning to my colleagues. Some researchers and professors call this approach phenomenology or external observation and claim it produces empirical healing science. This is deeply flawed reasoning, a mistake that will only become more apparent with time. As a physician, I condemn the pseudo-science infiltrating our field, especially as I witness daily the tragic consequences of non-medical approaches to these so-called disorders. A growing critique within psychiatry acknowledges our diagnoses often lack therapeutic value and fail to reflect the neurophysiological beauty of the brain. For years, we've hastily assigned labels: borderline alcoholism, narcissistic personality disorder, without deep neurophysiological explanations, let alone curative treatments. Today, I focus specifically on child psychiatry's historic blunder classifying childhood behavioral patterns as developmental disorders. Let me be unequivocal. These are all anxiety disorders that disrupt brain development. Our failure to properly address the root anxiety and to pursue neurophysiological treatments has bred ineffective outcomes and endless waiting lists. Every child with one of these three developmental disorders suffers from performance anxiety, abandonment anxiety, fear of change like illness or death. Genetic differences in neurophysiological wiring mean each brain and body responds uniquely to fear, anger, or grief. This, not pathology, is the true meaning of neurodiversity. The same three anxieties manifest differently per child, but the neurophysiological issues remain identical. Concentration issues. All struggle to sustain focus or concentration. Cognitive distortion. Doomsday thinking grows darker, more humorless, self-destructive, and frequent. Somatic stress manifests both genetically and environmentally. It can show up as tension, headaches, neck, shoulder, or back pain. You might experience hyperventilation, heart palpitations, gastric reflux, bloating cramps, or even diarrhea and constipation. Alexithymia is the inability to recognize mounting stress or pain. This is a universal flaw of our thinking brain, which has devalued emotion for centuries. Behavioral dysregulation in all cases involves maladaptive control of the environment, body, or emotions. It also includes avoidance, a byproduct of our brain's emotional illiteracy. Why the labels mislead autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. The brain avoids anxiety-triggering situations and people. Children become masters of environmental control, dictated by fear, not some unproven genetic disorder. Attention deficit disorder, or ADD, less overt avoidance but equally inefficient control strategies that exacerbate anxiety and stunt development. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. The body enters perpetual survival mode, a Duracell rabbit of stress fueled by a dysregulated noradrenergic system akin to dependency on ecstasy, caffeine, or even cocaine. Amphetamines like Ritalin, which is sort of a diluted cousin of cocaine and ecstasy, might temporarily improve focus, especially in cases of ADHD, but they don't really address the underlying anxiety. Their rising medical and street abuse reflects our global failure to process fear, anger, and grief. We've become emotionally stunted, relying solely on control and avoidance. Checklist diagnoses with their endless behavioral inventories stigmatize children and sever the family system connection. This is an embarrassing and harmful practice. Parental exclusion. It's a significant issue. Removing caregivers from the healing process erodes responsibility and, well, it deepens a child's shame. Superficial therapies, EMDR, RTMS and mindfulness are mere drops on a hot plate, insufficient for true recovery. Reclassify these as anxiety disorders. Develop neurophysiologically grounded treatments. Involve families systemically. End the medical child abuse of overlabeling. The explosion of therapies, specialists and wait lists proves our incompetence. Our expensive, inefficient system needs total reinvention. Enough is enough. Our children, yours and mine, deserve better.